Hi, guys, and welcome back to my podcast, Culture Swap. This week, as usual, I will give you all an audio tour to different countries to listen to their culture and any other interesting facts that my guests will share with you all in every episode. And today, we will arrive at Pakistan, or it is officially called the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. It is a country in South Asia known as the world's fifth most populous country with a population almost like 243 million people. And it is very famous for wonderful landscape, especially including five of the 14 tallest mountains in the world and more of like precious culture. But I'm not like an expert, so now let's welcome to my guest today for our episode. So welcome Shehroze, and would you like to like introduce a little bit about yourself today?
Hello, thank you so much for inviting me for this. I'm Shehroze Tanveer. I'm from Pakistan, studying at TU, and I'm from Lahore. That's like one of the most popular city of Pakistan.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So maybe I missed here, but what year are you at NTU?
I'm in my senior year.
You're a senior. Yeah, that's cool. So are you excited to graduate?
Yeah.
Do you have any plan?
Yeah. Plan is to work in the USA.
That's cool. Yeah, awesome.
I'm majoring in petroleum engineering and energy transition minor. So
My God, so smart. Okay, awesome. So you are new here, so I just want to like give you a vision about what we usually do, and it's a tradition here that I'm going to start it with an icebreaker game. So it's very simple. I just give you like this one, a crystal cup. Inside it carry a lot of like mysterious papers. I think it's including some question riddles and maybe some challenge. So whatever you pick, you have to like keep going with it. Okay, so I have here a cup. So if you want to start again, we can just get going now. So you have like five turns,
okay.
and whatever you pick, I don't remember what I wrote in there. So good luck.
Okay, so let's pick this one. Oh, I think I picked two. No, it's one. Okay, it's a riddle. What belongs to you but others use it more than you? That's my name.
Oh my god, what's so easy? Okay, you got it. You passed.
Thank
One
you.
point for you. I got it. Okay. Would you like to start with the second one?
Okay, okay. I was thinking like one time it's me, one time it's you.
Oh, makes
It's a
sense.
riddle again, and let's see what it is. What can travel around the world while staying one place? What can travel around the world while staying one place?
Yeah, while that object s- still stay like in the same place while it's traveling.
Something related to time, I guess. What can travel around the world while staying one place? Map?
No, but it's kind of
Like a marker or pen on a map?
no. That's very creative one. But no, you have one more guess.
Okay.
I can give you a hint.
Yeah, sure. Please.
This one is used mostly in the post office.
Oh. Okay, so the envelopes and the letters? Like the stamps?
Yes, you got it.
Finally, we got it.
Yeah, it's a good
Thanks to
one.
you.
Yeah, no, maybe we should change it sometime because as you mentioned, that you thought like we each have a turn to pick up the paper, but because I prepare like all the answers,
No, 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 that's fine.
so I know all the answers, so it
No,
doesn't
no,
make sense.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So the third time for you.
Okay, third time?
So if you pick like a question, not the riddle or challenge, I will like answer it with you too.
So, ooh, It is tongue twister. I have got a date at 7:45. I will see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I will see you at the gate, so don't be late. I have got a date at 7:45. I'll see you at the gate, so don't be late.
Oh my god, the expert of this game.
No, this is the first time I have just read it. This
The
tongue twister.
first time
Yeah.
you did this good. Oh
Thank
my
you.
god. I practice it so hard. I always like stuck at date at a quarter. I don't know, but I'm stuck there. That's so good. Okay, so we have two more turns if you want to pick it at one time, or maybe you can take turn like usual.
One time. We'll go one by one. Um, how many siblings do you have? I got two younger sisters. Yeah, Anish and Reach.
That's cool. Are they coming to the US with you or
Um, no, they're back home.
yeah. That's cool. I have a younger sister and she also back in Vietnam.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, she still like working so hard for the exam to come to high school. So we don't really like talk that much these days, but yeah, we both too busy.
And with my country, there's like a 10 hours time difference, and that's a lot.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And I think I have one more turn. So, let's pick it up. This is the last one. Tongue twister. If a dog choose shoes, what shoes does he choose? That's difficult. Okay. If a dog choose shoes, what shoes does he choose? If a dog choose shoes, what shoes does he choose? If a dog choose shoes, what shoes does he choose?
You did a good job. That's the hard one.
That was.
I marked it too. I said it's like very hard. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I love it. Like you, the first guest that pick like four of them is the challenge question. So it's okay. But I do have maybe an extra question for you in this section. So I wonder like what is your favorite color and why? And I will tell you when you explain it after you explain
So,
it.
what is my favorite color?
Yes.
My favorite color is black.
Black?
Mhm.
Do you have a reason why you like it?
I just like it because I don't know. I think that's classy and that's pretty decent. Yeah.
That's cool. So the reason why I'm asking you about this question because I think it's very interesting because color reflect your personality based on color psychology. So I wonder like should it be like reflect like who you are maybe? But in here black is say like it represent power, mystery and professional and you very professional looking today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, um my like personality is a little different than this. For professional I'll go, but I'm pretty more like yellow or red type color person. I'm like really extrovert and like to hang around with people.
That's cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So you're an extrovert?
Yeah, I am.
That's so cool. I'm an introvert, but I'm doing this and yeah, I'm trying to be flexible to fit in. But yeah, when I'm home, I'm just be me. Yeah, so what do you like doing your I will repeat my question. I'm sorry, it's confusing. What do you like doing during your leisure time?
During my leisure time, what do I like to do? So I like to spend the time with my loved ones. So it's either with the family or with my friends and just meet them, talk, or hang around with them.
That's so sweet. My God, that's so cool. I love it too. So, are you living like on campus or with your family here?
No, I'm living on campus.
Okay, I see. Yeah. So, how often do you like call your family? Because I know it's kind of far distant and time different, right?
Yeah, like most of the time. Yeah.
So, do you have any plan if you want to go back to your country sometimes?
Plans like what?
Like, if you want to come back to Pakistan and visit your family this summer or maybe later.
I'm going there every time whenever I get vacations. I was
That's so
there in
cool.
this last December holidays, and then in May I was there. Then again in Christmas break I was there. So yeah,
Oh my god, that's so cool. Because it's too far from me. I wonder like how far is it from here to Pakistan?
it takes you like 18 hours
18 hours.
by plane.
Okay, so it's shorter than mine because mine is just like 26 hours, so I cannot like go travel.
Like it depends on the flights, on the layovers, So, but yeah, it's pretty far away. I would say yeah.
So yeah, I don't like to sit on the plane because it's so tired.
It is so tiring. Oh my gosh, and turbulence make it even more worse.
Yeah. My God, yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'm glad that we get to know each other a little bit more. So maybe we can move to the next section because I'm now curious about how your life here in the United States as an international student.
Yeah, sure.
So may I ask for like how long have you been in the US?
So I have been in the USA I came I came to TU in 2019 fall, but I have been to USA in 2018 as well, and that was for the summer program Career Pathways 2018 by United States Education Foundation in Pakistan, and I got a chance to visit different universities across USA, like the East Coast side, like Harvard, MIT, and I was even able to go and like take some courses there as well. Yeah, so it was fun, and that was like when I actually choose USA to be a place where I'm gonna study.
So you choose the USA.
Yeah.
So do you have any reason for that?
So yeah, as I told you in 2018, that was the time when I was deciding, and even apart from that, like some of my family lives in US in New York City. So like my mother's side, they're all living in New York. So it's like always fun, and I don't know, I always love USA so much. I don't know why.
No,
I
it's
always
good
liked
to know.
USA. Yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned like you have a lot of relatives and family living in New York.
It's like my mother's side, yeah.
Yeah. So why do you choose Tulsa?
Yeah, that's a question. I choose Tulsa because for my petroleum engineering degree, because it is like Tulsa is really, really good in petroleum engineering. And what you're talking about is like fine. Like I would have gone to New York if I was doing like something like economics or computer science or like, medicine. But TU is pretty good in petroleum. So I chose my field and my career. Yeah.
No, it's very practical.
Yeah, it is. And during the freshman year, this was the thing I was like very much regretful because freshman years is like they're so hard for every student, like especially for the international students. That's never easy. And I was homesick during my freshman year, and I was like, if I would have been there, it would have not been like this and that. And but then yeah, I transitioned into it.
So can you share a little bit more like what do you find like difficult for you at that time when you was a freshman and first came to Tulsa?
So when I was a freshman and I first came to Tulsa, things were like they were like I was pretty excited to like start my study and career in USA. So that was a pretty good thing. But at the same time, living far away from the family was never easy. And during the freshman year, that's the problem. Like you don't know a lot of people, you don't have a lot of friends. So that's what like where you have to struggle a little bit. And like you just go to your classes and so it's hard to get into the people, especially for me like who's an extrovert, and it was pretty difficult for me, yeah. Living far away from home, and I was literally counting the days like when we are gonna get December break so I could go back and see my family. So yeah, that was it. But yeah, with the homesickness there also like it was, I would say, like it was a very good balance. With the homesickness there was also very good things, very plus points of freshman year. You got to party a lot, and you get a chance to do different things which you may not be able to do in your other years. right? Like events, like we keep doing that all the time, but yeah, at the time it was good. I was like new to my classes. I made some friends at the time, like Wes, as I just mentioned to you before this thing. There was my very good friend. I met her during my freshman year, Flora. She was an athlete. So I met her during my freshman year. So yeah, but basically it was for me like a very new experience living far away from the home. So it was a little tough for me at the time.
Yeah, I understand that. It's very tough for you when you first came to a new environment,
Exactly, yeah.
and you have to adapt to it.
Adapt to it, yeah. So there were many like cultural barriers which I have to come across. Like things are way more different like in my country than here, like culturally, and I don't blame anyone for that. That's how the things work. Like here, some people are not actually your friends all the time. They are your acquaintances, but you consider them your friends, right? That's one of the things. And apart from that, like many other things. So so here's one thing like that's I know that's a little stupid of me, but so it was during the COVID times when my professor, English professor, he said me like, you whenever you want a response to your any email, just start putting urgent in front of it so that we get to know like we have to reply to this email. And I was very new at that time. I was very new, and I like literally all the emails in that semester I did. I just put the subject urgent, 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 and that was like later I realized like that's not a good thing to do. And that was one thing, and then there was another thing, like when I came first to TU, I did not had a bank account. I did not had it. So it was like i I don't have it, and I couldn't even do the Uber without it, so I had to go to the bank to have a bank account. But for that I need an Uber, and for Uber you need a bank account again. And I don't know anyone at the campus, and I was pretty like sad and stressed out and like, oh gosh, what how this is gonna work. Because in my country Uber do works, but that work on cash. But here so you can relate, but at the time it was not. Everything works on the card system, and I was like, oh damn, man. And even my family lives in New York, far away, like, so I was like, what to do, how to do it. And thanks to International Student Services, KIMS, I went to her, I talked to her, and at the time I called my, I remember the admission counselor. That's the only person I knew at the time. I called him. I was like, I want to go back to my country. I don't know how to do this. And then he just arranged some RUF people, or I think it was Wesley people, like a person from Wesley, and he volunteered to take me to the bank. And that's how I opened my bank account. So and even now, if I still remember it, so I like that's a good memory of my freshman year. So yeah,
Yeah, it's very challenging because
it is. Yeah,
yeah, because transportation is something very serious here for us as an international student.
yeah,
As
it
yeah,
is.
that's what I think because if you don't have a car, you basically don't know,
Yeah.
don't can't go
It
anywhere.
is, yeah.
And
And even in my country, like I have a car, but here I don't, and it's different. Like in my country, we usually drive by sitting on the right hand side, but here it's the opposite thing. So that's like, but yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying. But still, I got some friends. I got some really good friends, and I'm telling you this: the friends you made in your freshman year, they're gonna stay with you your whole life of the university. That's good, yeah. So yeah, it had its own challenges, and it's a whole journey. It transitioned me, it grew me, but I'm so thankful. Like TU is so great, to be honest. We are very lucky we're studying at TU. The resources, like every resource is a whole world in itself. You go to writing center, you can't even experience like without writing center. I think like how would I survive without writing center, you know citations and all that thing. I would have messed them up so much time. Teachers are so, they're so caring, they're so good. Like you just send them one email and they respond you back, and they actually take care of you. You can go to their office hours, and I have personally like met with some teachers, like some instructors, and apart from outside of the classroom, they are very helpful. It's not regarding only to the courses or like only with the core stuff. No, even with some other problems if you have, they're there to help you.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I feel that. like TU is very cares for international student. I must be honest. And there's one question I wonder, like when you first came to TU, is there any like orientation for international student at all?
There was an
There was.
orientation, and my peer mentor was so great. She was so great, man.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Orientation has its own memories. It's a very good thing in its own world. Like those 4 years of university can never replace that orientation period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a cool one because I love my orientation group like so much.
Oh, me
It's my
too.
first year here, and
Me too.
I feel like I'm welcome.
Yeah, that's how you feel actually.
Yeah, and I love that they have now a workshop where international student first came to the school can come and they would teach you like how to like get a bank account, as you just
Oh
said,
yeah,
because now
exactly.
they improved it, and I feel like
No, at that time, as you asked me for my freshman year, we used to have shuttles running from TU campus to Target, Walmart, and all the other places. That was also a very good plus point, but unfortunately, we don't have that thing now because of COVID.
oh, I see. Yeah, so it's a little bit different, but
No, but now I'm like pretty happy. Now I have been like fully transitioned over here, so I'm good now.
yeah, but you still have a good time here. So, have you like joined in any student organization at all or any sport team?
Not sports, but yeah, I have worked with like many student organizations. I have worked with them. I had worked like currently I'm working with Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honors Society. Apart from that, like I had worked in let's say Safe Student Alliance Violation Education. I worked in that. I have worked in like there's so many of them. I don't know which one to tell and which one to like. I can't like even there was I AIS. I had been a member of that, and there were like many of them.
Yeah, so which one do you like the most?
Everyone is different. Like the one I'm working right now in Tobita by Engineering Honor Society, that's a whole different. It's like very good for science, STEM majors, engineers. It's pretty good in that aspect. AIS is good for international students. You met with a lot of them, and there has been like Save was good in its own way. So you just can't like say like one is more better than the other one. Like
No, they both like very interesting in their own ways.
in their own ways, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, that's so cool because
It's actually because the environment on our campus is very friendly, especially the faculty. So that's what make it more, friendly. Like in some universities, I have seen that teacher or instructors or faculty does not care. You're just a number in a class. But at at TU, it's not the case. It's very different here. So I really appreciate that. And I'm really happy to be here. Even the success coaches, they're so helpful. During my freshman year, I don't even used to go to my success coach a lot. And now I regret, like, my life would have been much more easier at that time. But that's fine. Yeah, the main issue I had is like during like freshman year, like when I came from a whole different place, it was very hard to get yourself into the people and like accept their different ways, different cultures, and be friends with them. I made some really good friends, but it was a difficult time. But yeah, it passed. But it was also a good time as well.
that's so cool to hear. I'm very excited for my upcoming years too because I'm still very new here, even though
Are you a
I'm a
freshman, sophomore?
freshman.
Oh, okay. That's make me wonder why I haven't seen you before on campus.
Yeah, I'm very new here. So,
That's fine. That's good.
no, yeah, I should mention that earlier. My bad. But yeah, I'm a freshman and I major in media study and films. So I'm glad that you participated in a lot of our organization and you enjoy it so far. And I'm very happy for you. But can you also share a little bit like how can you balance your life here while you still have a lot of like difficulties at first, and then how you manage to change it later on?
Change. Can you repeat your question
Yes, I
again?
can do that. it's okay. It's normal for
It
us.
was a long question.
It's normal for us. So I'm asking like, do you have any advice for any students who is also having some problem overcome their difficulties when they came here as an international student? Yeah. Does it make more sense?
Yeah. So my advice for international students who are gonna come here or just came here, it like there are always ways and resources. Just use them. Don't feel shy or don't feel bad. Just use them, and it's gonna be difficult for you, of course. I understand, but at the end, it will be worth it. Trust me. Everything's gonna work out. You already did like 50% of the effort. You already when you just arrived here, especially for international students, when you just arrive here, 50% of your journey is already done. You have already done 50% of it. It's only halfway left. And trust me, you'll get there. Trust me, you will. Just I know times will be hard sometimes, times will be very good sometimes, but just stay there, hang in there. You can discuss it with your professors, you can discuss it with your success coaches, and even sometimes you think that are not like that's not helping you out or something. Just talk to your peer mentors. you know Things are gonna work out. Trust me. Sometimes it feels like it's not, and I'm stuck. I don't know how this semester is gonna pass. And I'm not only talking about the studies or the stress of the exams, but there are many other factors for international students. They're missing their families, or something happens to the back home where they cannot go. Some things like that. So of course it is a little more difficult for you, but just stick in there. Keep doing whatever you do. Don't listen to any people if they're going to discourage you. Usually people don't do that, but there are some people who actually do that, but don't listen to them. Just stay focused. I would say like that's what I heard and that's what I believe. Like if you're doing more, like sometimes we see back home that some of our people back home or some of our friends or I don't know anyone we know back home, like they are chilling, they're partying with all of the other group and they're having good time. Okay, that's fine, but you are struggling here. That's also fine, but your goal is way higher. So high goals demand more struggle and you'll make it worth it. Yeah, just stick in there. Do your hard work, give your 100%, and trust me, things are gonna work out. This way or that, they will. That's what I believe. Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so inspiring too. So I believe that is very helpful for anybody who listen to this one.
Exactly. And if you just see me anywhere, especially when you're an international student, if you see me anywhere, I'm mostly in the student union because I love that place so much. I love it so much. So if you are past, just say me hi, stop by, don't hesitate. Just try to meet with people, just try to say hi. I know like it would be hard to get into like some people like they don't like too much interaction. I understand, but at the same time there would be some people who would become your friends in the same way. You never know. So just give it a shot. That's fine.
And I really like one of the culture here. It's like people usually give stranger compliment like I like your hair. I
Oh
like your
yeah,
smile.
exactly.
I love it so much. So just like take it no matter what.
While coming like here on this podcast, I was just following and someone just commented like, "Hey, I like your dress. I like your jacket." I was like, "Okay, thank you." And yeah, that's pretty good. You asked me something about the balance thing before this.
Like because I wonder like you also suffer from homesickness.
I suffered.
Yes, and you found it like very difficult for you at that time. So what did you do to like overcome it and make it like feel more easier for you?
As I say, hang around. Like I'm a person who love to party, who love to explore. By the way, I'm also having a 4.0 GPA, so that's also like the way I manage that thing as well. But it depends. Like at that time, do what you like. Homesickness is kind of an emotion, right? It's not something like you could just like it's not just part of your time. Rather it's an emotion and it just keeps at the back of your mind. But if that's what bothering you, call your friends, call your parents, call your family, call your siblings. If they don't answer it or there's something going on, or That's fine. Call your friends here. Get yourself involved into an activity. Start watching Netflix. Because I know, like, if something like that comes up, I can't study at that time. I can't. I only study when I want to study. And to my some friends, I have told this. They ask me like how you study. I tell them like I only study when I want to study. They said okay, but we never want to study. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But for the all the students out there, I would like to give them an advice like always study with the breaks in between. Like for me, whenever I'm studying, I just can't, like if you say like I'm studying from like say 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., that's a lie. I can't do that. No one can do that, I believe. Like for me, I can study straight for 3 hours and then my brain will be shut down. It will be closed. Even I cannot able I won't be able to understand even a simple sentence. I have to read it like 5 times to make it sense to me, you know? So just take breaks in between your studies. That's fine. It's okay. It's good, yeah. But make sure you know like what is your priority, especially for international students. Like some people come here and some people find the culture so fascinating that they just get detract or lost. And that makes sense, but don't forget your struggles, don't forget your priorities, right? Because you I know you did a lot of effort to come here to get accepted to this university and now you are here. That's an achievement. That's why I said you like you already did the 50% of the work, only 50% is left, and after 2 years that's even also gonna get to like 75%, so just stay in there.
Yeah, that's so inspiring.
Exactly.
But yeah, as you mentioned, there actually some culture shocked when you first came here. So I have a last question for
Mhm.
you. So how has your study abroad choice changed your life, or maybe your perspective, or any stereotype about the U.S. that you built up earlier? Because that's a hard one.
I was very positive before this, before coming to US because I really wanted to go there. And I actually enjoyed a lot to be here in USA. And for the study abroad, I would recommend it to like every student. If possible, just do it. It's gonna make big, very like big, immense changes to your life, to your like lifestyle, to everything. It will change your way of thinking, the perspective with which you view the things. So yeah, I would recommend it to everyone. Like it not only grooms you, but it also makes you interact with many other cultures. You are able to like find friends. And sometimes when you are roaming in Manhattan, you might see some Netflix stars as well. So, so yeah, no, it's a full complete package in itself. It's a journey. I understand it can be difficult, but sometimes, but for the rest 75% of the time, it's gonna be way much amazing, and you're gonna miss this time. I'm telling, yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Mhm.
Because for me, I expect a lot, like you said, about the US. I'm very like positive about it,
Mhm.
but then I was shocked because everything is just not like what I expected. And then it's kind of hard for me because I suffer a lot, like emotionally, because of COVID as well. I stay home like all day, and I couldn't help but
Over
thinking
here,
about that.
staying
Yeah,
home in USA.
in the US.
Oh no, I went back home and go it.
Yeah, I just stuck here, and I was like, I cannot adapt to it, but I cannot like go anywhere either. So it's very
Yeah,
tough time.
that's a little, But if you find your group of people, then that's good. And the way you just asked me, like how it changed you know, how it changed me, it made me so much independent, to be honest. It made me so much independent. I like actually now, like I view myself as a person who is living according to the way of living in USA rather than being someone Pakistani. It made me so much independent. Yeah. You are the only one there. You have to do everything by yourself, whether it's emotional. But yeah, I had got my family support. So that's also one thing.
Yeah. So for me, it's very funny because I came here like just a few months before COVID. So
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I I didn't meet a lot of people at that time. So I
Okay.
rarely have any friends except for my aunt, but we like didn't know each other very well, so we have some conflicts. So
Okay.
my life was like, it's so hard, but it took me like maybe 2 years of high school just to adapt it, and now I feel much more better, and our relationship just like become better because we understand
With
each
your aunt?
other. Yes,
Oh, that's nice.
because it's so stressful for me at that time because we both stress in different things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggle because I cannot adapt, and she also struggle because I came there and she have to manage like arrange her life again. So
Mm.
it's another thing.
That makes sense. Like they have to give like special attention to you as
Yes.
well and take time for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand it can be tough. That's what I say. You are independent. You are all alone yourself. It's your story. You are the one who's gonna write it, and you are the one who's gonna write the result of it. So stay in there, hang in there. And I'm not saying like only struggle part. There are so many good things here. You can you can go, you can do shopping, you can do so much stuff, and so many things are available in USA. Like so many brands, which I think might not be available in many other countries. You know. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I just want to add a little bit like expect everything you've been through just like an experience. So it can be good
Exactly,
or
yeah.
bad.
And they teach you.
Yeah.
At the like at the time it seems like this time's never gonna pass. This is like I'm stuck, I'm this, I'm that. But later on that passes away and then you are like, okay, now it's good times. Like yesterday I was just telling it to someone that when I came here, I was like I was like, why I'm here and did I made a wrong decision or something? And I literally used to count the days and I was like, it's 4 years out and now I'm like, I'm so lucky. I'm so good. I don't want, like I'm excited to graduate, but I'm like, am I graduating so early? But then I'm saying no. But you see, so yeah, it's gonna be very good. You like I found it very good. Yeah, and without struggle you are never going to get anything. If you think like you want something in front of you, you want a reward without struggling, that's never going to happen. So yeah.
Yeah, it's very practical. So
Exactly.
yeah, I love that. Oh my god, you give a lot of like useful advice that I can use because I'm freshman too. I really appreciate it.
Well, that's new
Like
to me. I
yeah.
never know that.
No, I ask question on purpose because I want to learn from you guys too. Because yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm very excited because I knew a lot of things about you today, and I received also a lot of like interesting facts and good advice for my life. So maybe we can move to the most like special part of this podcast.
Okay.
It's about the culture swap. So it's like I really want to know more about Pakistan. So
Okay.
that's why I call culture swap. So maybe I
Sure.
can add in some of my culture while you
Mm-hmm.
share yours, but mostly yours because I really want to know about your country. But maybe we can start with another mini game. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Pictionary. Have you ever heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically I will draw it and you will like guess what it is. But I
Mm-hmm.
prepare it already because I want to save some time and I don't want to mess up this
That's
space.
fine.
Yeah. So I drew like 5 pictures and you will have to guess what I drew.
Mm-hmm.
And there are only two requirements I have for you. First one, once you guess what I drew correctly, you need to translate it into Pakistan. You
In
have to teach
Urdu.
people your language.
Sure.
Okay. Second, you have like only three guesses. So if you, I will review like the answer after your third
Okay.
guess if it's wrong, and you will need to translate it again. Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So I am going to describe like what I'm drawing so that the audience can understand what we're doing on the audio. But for the video version, so I'm going to like put the picture in the video so you
Okay.
guys can see like what Shiro is going to guess and you can guess along with him. Just comment below.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay, so the first picture I'm drawing like four heart-shaped things and they are attached together and there's one line under those objects I just drew. And you can see the picture if you're watching the video, but Can you guess what it is?
Yeah, I know. Like it's something. I don't know the name. It's something like which, like you just like blow the wind to it and it rotates. Is it that?
No. I can give you
Leaf,
some hint.
plant.
Hmm?
Is it a plant?
No. No, wait. A plant? It's a kind of plant. If you can give me a name of this plant.
It's related to Pakistan.
No. Um, okay. Here's a hint. This one is green and it's related to Irish culture more. And there's a belief that if you found this plant, you have luck.
I don't know the name, but I know it's leaf.
Yeah, it's a kind of leaf.
I don't know the name. It's there in the cards as well. Like when you play cards, there's something like related to this. Spade? No. What do you call it?
Okay. I can review the answer.
I don't know. I give up. I'm sorry.
You're good. Oh my god. I'm so proud of my drawing, but yeah, it does look like that. What you just described. My bad. But this is a clover.
Clover. Oh. I don't know what we call it in my language. As I told you, I don't know what it is. Like I know, but I I never like wanted to know what we call it. So
Okay, yeah, makes sense. So it's okay. So in my country, it's like cỏ bóng lá, which is just simply mean four leaf four leaf grass, and it doesn't like very something very like
I know, like we call in my country, in my language, Urdu, we call leaf as patta.
pata.
Yeah, yeah, patta. That's for the leaf. But for the clover, I don't know. If you want me to look it up, I can.
It's okay too, but yeah, it's something really. I think it's more about biology term because for this
Yeah,
one,
botany.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
sorry.
don't blame you with this. Okay,
That was too specific, actually.
for the next one, it's very simple. I trust you. You must guess this. So I'm drawing an arc divided seven parts inside this arc, and there are two fluffy objects under the arc from two sides. And you will see the picture if you're watching the video.
Rainbow.
Yay! It's a rainbow. So wait, how do you say rainbow in Pakistan then?
We just call it rainbow.
You just call it rainbow too? Is
Yeah,
there
I
any like accent?
no, I mean like there must be a name which would be like very very difficult. But since my childhood, we have been calling it a rainbow.
That's interesting. No,
Yeah.
I understand that because some of the word in English we cannot translate into Vietnamese either for my culture.
Yeah.
So we just call it by English name. Yeah, that's good to hear. That's
Yeah.
something very interesting. Okay, for the third one, it's very simple. It's related to a kind of sport, and I will show you the picture. But I drew a circle with some dots on it, and it is black and white.
What is this?
No, my drawing.
Is it a ball? Oh, it's a football.
What do you mean by football? Like American football or soccer?
Well, what we consider soccer in America is actually no. Actually, we consider football which Ronaldo and Messi play.
Yes.
So Americans consider it as soccer, I guess.
That's what I'm trying to ask you because when I learned English in my country, we call this one football. But when I came here, they call football is something else.
Exactly. I went to the football game with my friend Flora, and it took me whole game to understand what's going what's going on. I was like, what are they doing actually? Yeah, we call it football.
Same. Maybe I don't know. We learn it most of them from English, and half of them from American English. So it's like a mix. And I'm so confused sometimes. What is soccer and what
But I know like what we called like a small ball, like which you just do and it bounce. We call it gain.
Gant?
Gained.
Can you say it again?
Gained.
Gant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
So do you have any like an Pakistan official word for soccer, a kind of sport in Pakistan?
I don't think we play soccer. We play cricket and we call it cricket.
Oh, so you play cricket. Is that the most famous sport?
Yeah, it's pretty famous, yeah. But the national sport is hockey.
Oh,
And we call it hockey.
okay. Yeah, no, no, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. That's one of my question for you too, because I wonder in American they have a very big sport event, which is Super Bowl. It just passed by earlier. So if you, I wonder like, is there any sport festival in your country that is as big as this one as well? If you can share.
There are mostly like cricket. Actually, it depends on your interest, but basically, like generally, most of the people are really good fan of cricket, so they watch it. And Pakistani team it plays cricket internationally as well. No, they play internationally. Yeah. So right now there is something PSL going on. So that's like related to. So there like every major city have the team of cricket. Like I'm from Lahore, so there are Lahore calendars. There are like similar are the names given to many other regions, and then they play. So that's pretty interesting. And then there's World Cup. Well, that's not only like related to Pakistan, but PSL is only like for the Pakistan. But the World Cup is not. That's like where Pakistani team plays, and it's oh my god, it is so like people literally just fix big screens to watch it, and where even if you go to the roads or somewhere you are gonna see a crowd watching for cricket everywhere, and if we win, oh my gosh, that's a whole big celebration.
That's so cool. That's
I
so
know.
awesome.
Yeah, in my country, like just like here in America, many of the events are celebrated to their fullest. So there are many like on 23rd March, that's like a very national day for Pakistan, right? So it's gonna be very big. 14 August is the Independence Day in my country, and it's like oh my gosh, there's so much celebrations of that. Like all the roads are decorated with lights, and people are on the roads and they're just enjoying, and it's a whole vibe in itself. Yeah. And some of my country events I really miss them. Like some of them are religious, like Eid. Eid, that's a Muslim event, but in my country that is celebrated to its fullest. And then there is Eid Miladul Nabi, that's also Islamic, but on that event, like we celebrate the markets, we celebrate the roads. It's like way good. Like I can keep on explaining that like the whole day today. Yeah. So yeah, when such events are happening, you miss your country. That's for sure. Like on Eid, I was here and I was like missing my country, and I was having an exam on Eid.
Oh no. That's not cool.
But I prepared for that exam like 1 week before because I know it's gonna be Eid, and that was my final exam. But I dressed up according to my own clothes, like Pakistani traditional clothes, which is shalwar kameez, right? And I wore it in black, and I went to give the exam, and my professor asked me like, "What dress are you wearing?" I explained him like, "Okay, this is my culture." He was like, "I really like that dress." I was like, "Thank you, sir. Thank you very much." So I really like it, like the way how other people, like especially Americans, they are into our culture. They really like it, and they like want to learn more about it. That's really nice actually.
Yeah, that's so cool. I really.
And even Pakistani people, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah, you're
and the
good. You can go.
Pakistani people, like they like they're very welcoming. Well, they're very welcoming towards every person, but they're very welcoming towards Europeans or Americans, like foreigners. Basically, they're very welcoming towards them, and if you go there, like you'll start feeling like a celebrity. Yeah, Pakistani foods are pretty good. They're spicy, right? They're not very spicy like on the Diwali party. Diwali is an Indian festival, but since Pakistan and India are neighbors, so most of their things are, similar. So there was my American friend, and we were eating biryani. Biryani is my favorite food, by the way. What's yours?
For like Indian food,
No, like Vietnam. That's where you are from. Like where?
what's my country's favorite food?
Uh huh.
Okay, there's a lot. I don't know.
What's that?
Um, I like I don't know how to say it in English because there's no word for it, but
Yeah.
it's called like cơm tam, which is rice, a rib of pork, two eggs, and
Mm-hmm.
a steamed eggs, and we eat it with fish sauce.
Oh, that's a favorite.
Yes, it's so good.
Our favorite, like most generally, this food is like everyone loves it. It's biryani. It's like rice with chicken, and it's so good. Trust me, I have learned how to make it.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So in this semester, like in this year, 2022, I learned how to cook. That's what America taught me, actually. Otherwise, I would have never know how to cook. But see, I did, and I'm so happy. Like it, it is so good.
Yeah, no, it's very like practical skill you need to learn. I don't like cooking. I love baking, but not like
Oh,
cooking. So now I have to learn it.
I really like cooking. It's very um, I don't know how to say this. It's very like you know therapeutic for me to cook. I don't know. While cooking, I feel so relaxed. Like physically I feel tired, but mentally I feel so relaxed, and I feel like okay, I didn't cook during my exams. So yesterday was my last exam, and after that I cooked, and I was like okay, now I'm cooking, and my exams are done, I'm stress free, you know. So I don't know, I think that just implies to me, but that is what it is.
Oh, that's really cool. And it's very interesting because for me, when I'm cook, I'm very tense. I was like, oh, what if I accidentally cut myself? What if I burn this? I was like, oh no, it's so
Oh
panicking.
no, stay safe, please.
It's so panicking. But yeah, I don't like cooking that much. But I can cook like simple dishes. It's not like something very complicated. So yeah. Okay. You share a lot of things, and I really enjoy it so much. To be honest, you mentioned some traditional festival in your
Mhm.
country, and also the food, and also what you did on the festival, and how you try to bring your culture here, even though it's not like the
Yeah.
same in your country. I really love it. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm expected my guests to share. So I enjoy so much.
But in the same way, I sorry to interrupt you. I also, in the same way, I also like and celebrate. I won't use the word celebrate, but I really enjoy the American festivals as well. Like Thanksgiving break. It's so good. Like you eat turkey. In my country, there's like they don't know much about what's Thanksgiving because it's more based. Like, what about your country?
I don't know. In my country, we don't eat turkey.
But
That's
do you
one
guys
thing.
celebrate Thanksgiving?
No, that's what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
we do like feeling grateful for everybody
Mm-hmm.
that we love or everybody who treat good for us. But we don't like have an official holiday that we have a
No, we got a
Thanksgiving.
whole big break for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we don't have that in Vietnam.
Yeah, no, that's Christmas, of course. Christmas is like all over the world, but Christmas in America, New York is amazing, amazing. And snow days, they have their own charm. Like it snows in Pakistan, but the place where I live, it does not snow there. So yeah. And even the snow there is different than here. So it snows in the northern areas. Like if you go to the north of Pakistan, uh, like Murray and all of those kind of mountainous areas, hill stations, it's snow there. But I'm like in the center, so I it doesn't snow there. But yeah, so see, it has its own moments. Yeah,
Yeah, that's so cool. So I wonder, is there a lot of desert in Pakistan?
not a lot, but but Pakistan actually it got like most of the thing. It got northern areas. It got coastline, which is in Karachi. Karachi is also one of the most popular. city of Pakistan. It's like the business hub, and that's where our showbiz and all this TV and entertainment industry is based. So yeah, Karachi's there. That's like the coastline, beach area is there. Then my country, my city, it's like landlocked, I would say, but it is also very popular. Then the capital, which is Islamabad, it is very, very peaceful, natural, scenic beauty. It's also like a city, but it's like really, peaceful. It's like that kind of place. And then the more northern areas you go, they are more pretty. There are beautiful lakes. There is so much natural scenic beauty. And for the deserts you are talking about, yeah, they are more um so like suppose this is Pakistan. I'm here. So those areas are like here, north, south, east, west. Okay, so southwest somewhere I would say. So yeah, we got three deserts: Thar, Thal, and Cholistan. I mean,
Yeah, that's so cool. The reason I'm talking about that because I have another picture that you need to guess, and it's remind me of the desert. So that's
okay,
why I'm asking. Like, I wonder,
yeah,
is there any desert in
go
Pakistan?
ahead, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm drawing an animal, four legs with humps on the body. I think you can
Camel.
guess. Yes,
It's called oont.
und,
Oont.
und, with
Yeah,
the
yeah, oont
und.
in Urdu. Yeah,
Okay.
in English we call it camel.
Camel, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
in Pakistan you can actually ride on it.
You can ride on it.
Uh-huh.
That's so cool. Oh my
On horses, but and on camels. So I have done that. And like it just sits down, so you could sit on it, but when it just stays up to go up, oh my gosh, that's very dangerous, and I feel so scared at the time. Being a kid, I start shouting.
yeah, no, that's so crazy. I've been to ride a horse, but not like a camel. I was like, that's interesting.
No, I have, yeah, yeah, I have tried both.
That's so cool.
With the horse, I'm like, it it was not so good. We were in the mountainous areas like hill stations in the Murray side, and by the way, there are so many monkeys there, and they're so cute. And you just buy some corn, and then you just give them, and sometimes there are baby monkeys, and they look so cute. And sometimes they just come and snatch the corn from your hand and go away.
But like they just being there around people. There's no like
Yeah.
places.
I mean, like, no, 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 no. It's not like that. It's like, so it's like a road, and then at the one side of the road, there's like there's a mountain and there's a road around it. And the other side, there's nothing. There's like all like trees, and so monkeys are always there. So they know people are passing and they're gonna give us corn, so they're clever and they always come there. And then people do it. I also even got some pictures. They're not in my phone right now, but yeah. And those areas are pretty cold because it's north, so it's cold. That's why it snows there. So yeah. And what else I was talking about? Yeah, so we were talking about horses. So I I got a story from this. So it was when we were in the northern areas in Murray, I guess. Yeah. And I was like, I was not very old. I was young. I was a child. I was a kid, I guess. And I just wanted to ride a horse, and I just sit on it. And usually there's like a person, like, I don't know, the owner or someone like who's in charge of that. And I don't know what's wrong with that horse. I just sit on it, and I don't know, I think he was hungry or he was aggressive. He just started running out of nowhere. And bro, literally there were like the land, and there was the end of the land. And there were trees and jungle, like it was the top of the mountain. And it started running on all of that top, and it just got out of its senses. And I was literally shouting, what if this horse gonna jump into that? What's gonna happen to me?
Oh my god, that's such
That
an
was
experience.
That's scary,
Oh
yeah.
my god, that's scary.
That is.
That's hilarious. But yeah, I want to try someday that I can ride a camel because I love traveling. But maybe I can go there and try it someday. So I have the last drawing for you, and then maybe we can focus more on how you want to share about your country
Mhm.
culture. But here's the last picture for you, and I believe you love this. So I'm drawing a rectangle. There's a small strap on the left of this rectangle. On the right side, there are crescent, moon, and star.
It's the Pakistani flag. It's the
Yay!
flag of my country.
Yes. How do you say flag in
Jhanda.
what?
Jhanda.
Trinda,
No, Jhanda.
Chinda,
Jhanda.
Trinda, Trinda.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got it.
It's green and white.
Yes.
That's why on 14 August, most of the people in my country, they wear green and white dress to celebrate it.
That's so
And some
awesome.
people celebrate, like we used to do that. I don't know, now I'm here, but I think my family still do that. They used to like get the small flags, the like this flag in small paper size, and then they decorate their homes with that. I used to do it most of the time while being a kid. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's so awesome.
And then some people light their houses with green and white lights as well. There's so much, always, like there's so much.
Yeah, that's so cool that
Mhm.
you just celebrate it based on the color of your flag.
Exactly.
It's so cool.
People wear like white or green wigs, different accessories based on this color. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, is there any traditions about Pakistan that you want to share for the visitor who came to your country that maybe you want them to know so that they can have fun with you?
Mm, like traditions, like what traditions? Can you specify it a little bit? Or are you referring to some specific places you should visit?
It's like tradition or custom that you guys usually do
Oh,
that
so
people
we
should
in
know.
my country, so like the way we say hi here, in my country they say assalamu alaikum.
It's a long one. Can you repeat it? S
Assalamu
salam o
alaikum.
alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah.
That's
And
so
that's like when you
awesome.
do the handshake.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's how you greet someone. Yeah. And what else? Like there are so many things. Like I don't know which one to tell. There are some really good places. So you know the Mughal Empire.
I don't. You can
Okay,
say
that
it.
was between like India and Pakistan before separation. So before separation, India and Pakistan were together. So that was the ruler and a dynasty which ruled, which were the ruler, kings, and all of them. So they were Mughal, and many of the historical places are still there in Pakistan. Like some came in Lahore and some are in India. So those places are the one which should be visited. Like Faisal Mosque is a pretty good. That's not like related to history. Faisal Mosque is a place in like Pakistan, which is like really good. It's a mosque. Then there are many, like there are many historical places like Shalamar Garden. There is mm, Minare Pakistan. That's the place where they like signed up. I think the petition for Pakistan to make a whole separate country. So we have a big long tower out there, and that's called Minare Pakistan. So it's named on Pakistan. So Minar means tower. And then we have an Eiffel Tower in Pakistan as well. That's in Barrier Town. That's not very old. That's like recent. You know, it has recent like uh 10 years now. Yeah, it was built. It's like an Eiffel Tower. It's pretty good. And there are so many good shopping places for the girls. I would really like to tell you, go to Liberty Market. You're gonna find good stuff out there. There are so many shopping malls to visit. There's a whole food street in Lahore. So I'm from Lahore, so I know much about my city, which is one of the very popular city. And by the way, Lahore was on, I don't know, the sixth number, I guess. I'm not sure about this, but it was on the world places to visit, and it was on the like really good number on that. Yeah, which you should visit for. It was for the tourist. Okay, so there's a whole food street, and there's one restaurant which is like Haveli restaurant, and you sit on the rooftop, and that's where you enjoy your food. And then there's a whole historic view of a mosque, which is related to like the history. That's Badshahi Masjid, and it's really really good.
That's so cool. No,
Yeah.
I love street food.
And
I
actually,
love it.
yeah, I'm giving presentation in my public speaking class about fun facts to come in and do in Pakistan, fun things to do in Pakistan. So that's how I know. And like there are so many things like the Pakistani girls, like the Pakistani dresses, they're so different. They're not like the jeans and shirts. It's like shalwar kameez, or it can be many other things, like some like long dresses, like frocks, you can say, for the girls. For the boys, it's usually shalwar kameez, and yeah, different jewelry. Pakistani jewelry is so nice. It's very good, and yeah, there's so many things. Food, Pakistan foods are like they're spicy. If you like spicy food, you must visit Pakistan.
Okay, I cannot eat spicy food, like
Like
a
they're not
little.
very spicy, but they are pretty good.
That's so cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really want to try sometimes because I love food. Like on of the other episode, I'm talking about just
Diverse.
food.
They are diverse. There are like so many good things in sweet dish. There are so many good things in spicy food. There are so many good things is just like a breakfast. And sometimes when you don't want to actually eat a lot and you just feeling like, oh, I want to eat something. And the very good thing about my country is that you can find food anytime. Literally anytime. Even if you want it at 2 a.m. in Lahore, especially, you can find something to eat. In America, you cannot. I miss this. In America, you cannot. Like, there's a certain time after that, most of the restaurants are gonna get closed. But in Pakistan, it's not the case.
Yeah,
It's not, yeah.
it's something very special.
And Pakistani people are very, they like to explore. They like to, like, I'm talking about generally, I mean, mostly. They like to explore. They like to go out on the roads and, like, basically, my family's like that kind. We really like to explore, and even I also like to explore, have party, go to restaurants, like this. So it's really amazing. So yeah, that was one of the very hard thing I found in America. And then, like, when it comes to doctors and medical, so if you're, suppose, god forbid, if you're feeling sick right now and you want to go to a doctor, so here in America you need to get an appointment first, right? In my country it's not like that. You just go to the doctor's clinic and you just sit there and they just call you, like the urgent care. But usually, like, urgent care is a specific one, but in my country all the doctors operate like this. So that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's something very similar to my country. When we go to the
Hmm.
hospital, we pick the number and wait there
Exactly.
instead of making an appointment all the time.
And like, I still remember I was feeling sick on one day, and of course you want a doctor right at the time when you are sick. You don't want it after 2 weeks. Like, that would be no, that would be like hilarious. So I called my professor. So he was like, okay, you can bring the report of the doctor so that I could put it like, okay, you was absent because you went to the doctor. Okay, then I called the TU Health Center for the appointment, and they were like, we don't have any appointment. How about next week, Wednesday? I was like, I'm sick today. Why would I come to the next week? Then I had some medicines, like, the general ones, which you can take in, like, when you're having a fever, or the basic medicines. I'm not gonna name them. So I just had that.
Oh my god, yeah. And something very like different from what I observe here, that people buy their own medicine and then just keep there in the house. But in my country, we have to like go to the doctor and get the prescription
Hmm.
and then get the medicine from the doctor, not from the any like pharmacy and store it like here.
Oh, okay.
So that's something I think is different
No, like,
for me. I
there are
don't know.
some sort of medicines which you can find, like Panadol. That's like a medicine.
Yeah, no.
Is
That
it
one
there
I
in your country?
No, that one we can buy in the pharmacy, but I'm talking like I don't know.
That's very accessible in
Yeah.
my country. It was, like, right now I don't know if it's still there or not. So that was very accessible. Like, you don't need any sort of specific prescription for that, I guess. But yeah, if you're going to buy something, a specific name type of thing, I think, yeah, you want a prescription. And but it's still not like that. So here everything is so computerized, which is good. But doctor send your prescription to the pharmacy, and but in my country, doctor just give you the receipt, like, okay, these are the medicines, go buy them, and you go and buy them. So they just give you the paper receipt which you can keep later. But here, doctors just emails it too, and people don't like to attend their phones here. That's what I have experienced. No one answered their phone. Like, well, that's the case in Pakistan as well. But majority of people, or not only the people, like majority of people, like they usually contact through phones or messages. But here, emails is what is preferred more. So
No, that's something very special. I don't know. Oh my god, I realize a lot of differences when I'm talking with you about this. Or maybe it just from my childhood that I explore, and there's more thing out there that I have not know about my country too. But yeah, yeah, it's interesting.
yeah, but like I would also say like USA products, anything, whether it's like with shoppings, you can find the some of those brands in your own country. But I'm talking about the other products um like how to say this? Like some products of USA are really like good. I don't know if it comes to makeup, if it comes to clothing, if it comes to like food, like frozen yogurt, stuff like that. They're so good here, right? But in my country, like they're also good, but I prefer them from here.
So we're talking about a lot of things, and there's the last question for I have for you before we
Mm-hmm.
can maybe wrap up. But there's a big question that I really want to ask. Like, what do you think Pakistan have that makes its culture unique and special from other countries? Or maybe I can simplify it a little bit. Like, what do you most proud of about your country?
Okay, this is helpful.
You can name it. You can name all of
I'm
them.
thinking, I'm thinking, I'm very proud of my country's food. I love it, and that makes sense. Every people love it. Pakistani people are very like welcoming, and they're always there to like to help you. Especially if you talk about your friends, they are there. And in my like my very good friends here in America, they're also very helpful. But then there's some people who just just are your friends, but after some time they forget you. Like they just said you hi in the morning, and later on they will just start behaving like strangers. But in Pakistan, it's not like that. If they don't know you, they won't talk to you. But if they know you, they will talk to you, and they will be there for you. You know. So that's one of the things of culture. Families. I'm really proud of families in Pakistan. They're very close to each other. They are very caring towards each other. I don't say like all of the US family system is like that, but that's something like I'm really proud of my country. So yeah,
That's so cool. Yeah.
exactly.
No, there's a lot of thing I'm proud of my about my country as well, but the most thing I would say the language, because
Hmm.
I learn a lot of I love learning language, and I feel like when I came here I speak English much more than Vietnamese, and
Yeah.
sometimes I forgot the Vietnamese word for that, and I was like,
Ooh.
oh, it's not good.
You should not forget
No,
it.
it cannot be like that. But yeah,
I
language
know.
is the special
I know.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like American people are also very welcoming. They're also very helpful. They are always there for you. As I just mentioned, my instructors, my classmates. So yeah, there are different things. There are different kind of people. So you just can't say like one thing is better than the other one. It's our country, so we will have a very deep feeling of that in our hearts all the time. That's understandable, but at the same time, yeah, i'm really I'm really proud of America as well, because I'm really proud of myself who made it here.
Yep, you should be.
Yeah, of course, all the international students should be.
Well, that's so awesome. And I learned so many things today. And as I mentioned, maybe it's a good time to wrap up today
Mhm.
like discussion, but if there's any chance we can come back in another day if
Sure.
possible.
Yeah.
And we can like talk more about this.
Hmm.
So before we actually saying byes to the audience, I wonder if you have any like tips for learning English, Because I know in Pakistan you speak like Urdu.
We do.
So is that different from learning English rather than?
So Urdu is basically is the natural language. So us, it mostly depends on your home. Like it, if you go to Pakistan, don't be surprised that people don't understand English. They speak English, they understand English. Like usually a lot of the times, like the school from where I am educated, it was all English medium. And nowadays, people like I think most of the people know English in Pakistan and they love to speak it. But for Urdu, it's like it's our mother language, so we know it. We know it since our homes when we just like before even going to school when we were toddlers. We like for me, I know that. So yeah, but for learning English, it's like the more you speak, the more you learn. Like I have seen students who just came to USA and like I know like you should have a little knowledge of it, but I have seen some people, not the students here, but I won't name them. But I know some people who came to other countries like USA, London. But I'll mention for the USA one. They didn't know English. But while living in a people who always speak English, you have to try. And English is a language which you learn by speaking. Keep speaking English, keep speaking, and you'll start learning it actually. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very helpful. Because for my country, we learn English mostly by writing.
That's what we did in my country, but we are like in our schools there's English and Urdu both. So both are taught to students, yeah, since like the very first day of classes.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
interesting.
So even if you went to a like an Urdu medium school, like like now I guess every school in Pakistan is English medium, like every school. So all the textbooks are in English language, everything. But even for the but there's still a subject Urdu which you have to do. Like even I guess in the universities, I guess they still Urdu is still there. Like you know, I don't know, but I don't know at the university level if Urdu subject is still a requirement or not. But I know some of them are. Like Pakistan studies, you have to take it in your even freshman year. You know, so it's like that. But I believe like Urdu would still be there. That's a question I need to ask my friends about it. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool. Because what I wonder, like what I'm imagining, like you learn English like an actual class, like in my country. But now you say like you're learning like both of them at the same time because one you speak as your mother tongue and one you just like learn it
Yeah.
from when you grow up. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's very interesting fact.
It
I'm
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad I know about that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very great talking to you today,
Mhm.
and thank you, Shiroz, for coming today. I really appreciate everything you share about Pakistan and your hometown, and also a lot of helpful tips for international students.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you so much. That is really uh that is really an amazing experience for me to work with you today and have this podcast. I also enjoyed a lot with you, especially the icebreaker activity and the drawing thing. And thank you so much for being interested in my country and asking about it. It's really a pleasure to work with you.
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to know you. All right. Thank you, you all, for listening to today's episode, and stay tuned. It will be out soon, and I will see you in the next one as well. Bye.
Bye bye. Take care.